In vitro fertilization, commonly known as IVF, is now the most commonly used fertility treatment for couples struggling with conception. It's been in use for over 30 years and continually receives technological improvements. It's a fertility treatment where the eggs and the sperm are combined in a lab setting, and then the resulting embryo is placed into the woman's uterus. People refer to it as making a baby in a, quote, test tube, but in actuality the baby is conceived in a petri dish. While not the most romantic way to make a baby, success rates have continuously improved over the decades and reach close to 50% for women under the age of 35. About 200,000 IVF cycles are now performed in the U.S. each year. There are 5 basic stages involved with IVF. The first is controlled ovarian hyperstimulation, where the ovaries are stimulated to make multiple oocytes or eggs. This involves injection of hormones, and this animation shows a gross, ridiculous over-exaggeration of eggs that are being made, but you get the idea. Step 2 involves the egg aspiration process, where the fertility doctor will go in and in a minor procedure remove the eggs that have been made. And in step 3 you have the insemination process, which is in the lab, done by an embryologist in a petri dish. You can see that there's basically 2 needles involved, one for the egg and one for the sperm. And this involves the insertion of the sperm into the egg in a very delicate procedure. Here it is under the microscope. You have the egg in place, ready for insertion of the sperm. You'll see the needle come in from the right and delicately be inserted, into the middle of the egg, and then the sperm is now traveling down the needle into the egg, and then the whole process of, hello, how you doing? Want to get a drink? Let's do this. Ha ha ha. So this animation shows the mitosis process that happens in about 4 or 5 days here in about 10 seconds. You go from a zygote to a 2-cell to a 4-cell to an 8-cell and then to a blastocyst eventually. Here's all 5 steps in one screen, but it's a little bit complicated, so let's break it down. The first step is the ovarian hyperstimulation, and the second step is the retrieval process. Okay, then you have the petri dish where the egg is put together with the sperm by the embryologist. Okay, then the cell replication process with mitosis, where you go through all of these in about 5 days. Okay, to a blastocyst, and then the resulting embryo is eventually inserted into the uterus. Sometimes 1 embryo, 2, 3, 4. Let's look at the results here. Live birth success rates, national averages. You can see that the success rates go up from about 48% they go down to about 16% when you reach the age of 41 to 42. The embryos transferred, though, goes up on average from 1.8 to 2.7 to get those success rates. When you use egg donation, that's about 56%. So that is very hopeful for those who need egg donation. The results are not worse, they're better. Okay? So the number of cycles overall in the U.S. is about 200,000 each year. Now what you really want is a happy, healthy baby, right? And that's what the process often gives. What they've shown in studies is that with IVF, the number of healthy babies is the same as it is with naturally conceived babies. So there really is no concern about increasing chromosomal issues or any of that if you have to go through 1, 2, 3, however many IVF processes are necessary. That is not going to be an issue. The U.S. Fertility Network partners with top IVF centers nationwide who offer top-notch assisted reproductive technologies with board-certified experts providing highly skilled, compassionate care. Visit us online at usfertilitynetwork.com and then call us for more information and scheduling at 877-977-2959.